Golovkin, 30 years of age. Rosado's 27. The height advantage in favor of the fighter from Philadelphia. Golovkin 160 pounds at the weigh-in. Rosado 159. Look at the amateur pedigree. Golovkin won a silver medal at 165 pounds in the Athens Olympics. 34-5 as an amateur to Rosado's 8-3 record as an amateur fighter. In New York as he made his USA debut, taking on Grzegorz Proska, a 28-1 fighter with 21 knockouts. This was the 5th title defense for Golovkin. And what he did early was jump on Proska. Dropped him in round number 1 with a flurry of punches. Then that left hook to the body, another left hook to the body, and a left hook to the head followed by a right. And Proska was down in round number 4. And then Golovkin just finished him off. He wore him down workmanlike in round number 5.
At ringside, the 3 judges scoring this bout will be Glenn Feldman, Tom Miller, and John Potteray. And inside the ring, in charge of the action at the bell, referee Steve Smoger. And now, Madison Square Garden, are you ready? 12 rounds of boxing for the WBA IBO Middleweight Championship of the World.
Gentlemen, you are given your instructions in your separate dressing room. Please abide my commands, respect the bell, and above all, protect yourself at all times. Touch gloves. God bless you both.
The thing about nice defensive moves there from Rosado. Golovkin also pretty good at cutting off the ring. He makes his opponent, who he always seems to be chasing, move more than he does. As he's trying to get inside, they're trying to move away.
Good short right hand inside by Golovkin. Thumping right hand from Golovkin. Rosado blocks some of it.
Making Rosado work real hard in this first round, giving up a lot of energy. Every punch Golovkin throws has bad intentions on it. Golovkin just wants to land a big shot. He makes no secret about it that that's what he's here to do, is get a knockout. But Rosado's got 2 things going on. Number 1, he's got to win rounds, but he's also got to get some respect. So that means at some point he's going to have to open up.
It was an understandably tentative round from Rosado in the first. Based on Golovkin's experience and his previous fight. See if Rosado starts to take Golovkin's measure a little bit here in the second and engage a little bit more.
That jab got his attention.
Golovkin, very patient when he's in the ring. Defense by Rosado to dip away from any danger.
Rosado looks like he has a little cut over his left eye.
Good right hand from Golovkin. Good jab from Golovkin. And then a right hand. And there's blood on the left eye of Rosado. And eventually unleashes power shots.
Yeah, so far for Rosado, those jabs notwithstanding, his legs have done the fighting so far.
Golovkin stepped in with a right as Rosado tried to get his offense going. End of round 2.
Here we see what we call in boxing the power jab. I think Rosado can attest that probably felt like a right hand to him.
What makes it a power jab, Andre?
It's not an accidental clash of heads, it's from a punch.
Good right hand from Rosado, taking advantage of the fact that Golovkin's head stays in the middle.
He's definitely touching Golovkin because Golovkin's got some red spots on his face too.
Right hand from Golovkin. As far as movement, stylistically, whereas he said Golovkin is very good. There's a right hand from Golovkin, steps in with a left, digs in with a power jab again, and rocks back Rosado. Rosado on his heels here in round 3.
Got Rosado buzzed a little bit. Rosado's got to stay focused, man. He's got to continue to do what he's been doing and not get into the machismo, because that's when he can possibly be looking at the lights.
And Golovkin doesn't get frantic. He sort of stays in his game.
I don't mean stylistically or in terms of the mental makeup or anything like that, but just in terms of the reaction guys have to Golovkin's punches. He's like a middleweight Mike Tyson. Tyson's name gets connected to a lot of punchers, but he touches guys and they wobble.
There's a counter right hand from Golovkin.
Okay, Bob. 3-0, 30-27, Gennady Golovkin. You know, I got to tell you something, Bob. Gabe Rosado, you know, every time I've seen him, he was a guy that comes forward, that bangs, just like Gennady Golovkin's doing now. So Golovkin, in essence, is really taking Rosado out of his game. Gabe has come forward very, very, very few times. I mean, once or twice he did come forward. Once or twice he landed a few nice shots. But basically, it's that Golovkin right hand, that left jab, murderous power shots. 3-0, Golovkin.
And the opponent has to honor that because of his power.
Because he's in position.
Rosado bleeding along the left eye, blood from his nose, mouth is swollen. And you can see Golovkin has done tremendous.
I mentioned Mike Tyson in terms of the way guys react to Golovkin's punches. I believe it was Roy Jones who said he fights kind of like Julio Cesar Chavez Sr., who was also able to exert tremendous pressure on his opponent even when he wasn't throwing punches.
He might hit a tad bit harder than Senior.
And I think his footwork gets him back in position to be offensive.
That's the key.
I would say the one defensive critique I have of Golovkin is his head seems to stay in the middle a bit. And when you don't move your head, it gets hit.
For jabs in around 6 of 24, so he doubled the connects of the average middleweight as we start round.
Rosado just threw, acknowledging it.
They did try to do the old shake it off, like, nah, that didn't hurt me. He said, no, you got me. No.
See how Golovkin does now against an opponent that he's not able to rock with one punch, or not able to floor, rather, with one punch.
Yeah, you know, I was wondering about that, Andre and Max. You know, when you think about this fight, Golovkin has hit Rosado with some pretty good shots, and normally his opponents are gone at this point. But there's Rosado right there.
Rosado's got his fans cheering right now, snapping Golovkin's head back and having Golovkin in retreat momentarily.
Rosado,
fellas, nobody's invincible.
Rosado just shook off the good hard shot landed by Golovkin.
There's a pretty good super middleweight right now, though, that looks pretty tough to beat.
I agree with you.
Good left hook to the body by Golovkin. Rosado sticks right in there, swelling around the right eye of Golovkin. Rosado a bloody mess, but hanging in there.
And as bloody as he is, there may be some middleweights around the world right now going, all right, you know what? This Golovkin, I want to take my chances with this guy. Rosado's a junior middleweight moving up. He has 5 losses. And this fight ain't over.
I think Rosado should stay on his jab. He needs to pick that jab up a little bit more. That's how you give Golovkin something to think about.
Final seconds of round number 5. Good stiff jab there from Golovkin to end the round. In the 5th round, Golovkin was 19 of 42 with his jabs, 45%, as he threw 80 punches in the round.
Doctor intervention.
Steve Smoger asked the doctor to take a look. Rosado said, I'm good. That cut was opened up in the 2nd round from a punch from Golovkin.
Rosado's a real fighter.
Oh, good right hand on the uppercut, rock back Rosado.
He didn't see that one, fellas.
Rosado's still landing shots.
And he's still standing.
Proxa, Gennadi's debut on our air several months ago,
Go behind the head. You understand? You okay,
was gone
Lou?
already at this point in the fight.
You all right, baby? Huh?
Listen, time.
All right. Time.
Steve
Now walk it
Smoger's going to
off.
call a timeout.
That cut got worse too.
Smoger's letting him walk it off the punch from behind the
Roll,
head.
baby. Okay. Time.
That cut is pumping out blood right now.
A short
Quick,
right
no, punch,
inside
step, step.
rocked
Step, step,
Rosado.
step.
Did not go down though.
Rosado's taking these shots well tonight.
Said Proxa was gone already. Proxa retired Sebastian Sylvester. And Rosado's gotten farther in the fight than he did. He's landed more punches too.
As long as Rosado can see the punches coming, he seems to be doing okay, but it's the ones that he can't see that could end this fight abruptly. You gotta respect Rosado.
Yep, he's got that Philadelphia spirit and he's showing it.
But he's a smart kid too. He's just not going in there reckless. He's thinking in there, and you can see it.
11 amateur fights only, and 5 losses, and throwing punches like he means it in spite of a busted open eye.
Golovkin may have punched himself out a little bit.
See Golovkin with that jab trying to pick at that eye. Andre, do you think Golovkin's a little bit surprised that Rosado's still standing?
I think he is. You're a guy like Golovkin who's got the fanfare that he has simply about his power. A 54-pounders are not supposed to be in there in round 6 taking the shots that Rosado's taking.
Wow, what a shot right to the mouth of Rosado. Blood just everywhere.
And on the other
streaming out
hand,
of the nose.
you can look and say he's not getting frustrated. Golovkin's game plan and being patient.
What point do you maybe have to stop this? Look at the blood. Rosado is just a bloody mess through 6. Well, Rosado wants to continue despite that left eye being an absolute mess. And now Steve Smoger will have the doctor look at it.
Billy Briscoe, Rosado's trainer, said, "You want me to stop the fight?" Rosado said no. Briscoe seems like one of these student of the game trainers out of Philly, but hasn't been at this level yet, Andre, and maybe he needed to take that upon himself and not risk his fighter there, because it doesn't look like there's a lot of quit in Rosado.
Well, I don't think it's a situation now where he needs to stop it. The cut is slightly impairing Rosado, but he's not taking a boatload of punishment. He's still got some fight left in him, so I think he did the right thing.
He does have fight left in him, boy. He's a bloody mess, though.
Eats a strong right hand from Golovkin.
Blood doesn't always equate to meaning that he's taking punishment. It just looks bad.
In this case, I think it's both. And now his lip looks like it's torn open.
It might be his nose.
Yeah, I mean, that right hand in the last round, right to the face of Rosado, cracked him up pretty good. And now Golovkin putting his power punches together. And I don't think anybody, good uppercut inside from Golovkin, would have a problem if the Rosado camp informed the ringside physicians that they should stop the fight.
But ultimately, I agree with you, Max. A guy like Rosado, he's not going to quit.
Oh.
You got to help him out if he gets into a tough situation.
Seems as though his cornerman, Billy Briscoe, does care about him and knows what he's doing. But trainers and fighters sometimes come up together and reach the big stage together and learn together.
At this point, do you really feel like Rosado could muster anything, Andre, to ward off Golovkin as he eats a jab right there?
I mean, that jab rolled his eyes back in his head. Rosado lost focus with his eyes from a jab.
Yeah, well, at this point, this is when I start to get concerned, is when I see a Rosado not fighting back. As long as he's fighting back, to a degree, you got to give him a shot. But right now, he's looking to survive. You may have to come in and help him out.
Yeah, and at this point, how much? Throwing back some punches, but I mean, nothing's really landing. And Golovkin is just peppering him with shots.
And of all the guys to have to go through this against.
Oh, and they're the corner, they're going to stop it. The corner of Rosado stopping it.
Come on.
Steve Smoger's not hearing them. They throw in a towel.
Steve, get in.
Get in there. The inspector, the Rosado corner, did the right thing. They asked the inspector to step up to the top of the ropes and stop it.
Well done, Billy Briscoe. And well done, Gennady Golovkin.
At the beginning part of that round, I looked to the corner of Rosado, and they had called the inspector over. And I think they wanted to wait to see how much worse it got. And when it did, that's when they asked the inspector to go up on the ring apron and stop the fight, which is the protocol.
I gotta stop it. His son's gonna die, man. You can't see the punches.
That's how it ended. You see Briscoe telling Encarnacion Rosado, Gabriel's father, I have to stop this fight.
That's a guy you want in your corner.
I have to stop this fight. The father wanted it to continue a little bit longer, Andre, but Briscoe knew it had to stop.
Why let it go on anymore?
How about that? Golovkin just invited Rosado to come to his gym so they could work together.
If I was Rosado, I probably wouldn't take him up on that. Not after tonight. Nice gesture, though.
All right, for the official time of the stoppage, here's Michael Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, here at Madison Square Garden, referee Steve Smoger officially calls a halt to the bout. And the official time is 2 minutes 46 seconds, round number 7. The winner by TKO victory and still WBA IBO middleweight champion of the world, Gennady Triple J Golovkin.
So Gennady Golovkin gets win number 25, his 22nd stoppage. He caused the cut in round number 2 with a punch, and Rosado was game, but just became a bloody mess. And the corner of Rosado stopped it in the 7th round. So the 6th title defense for Gennady Golovkin from Kazakhstan. As we take a look at the final punch numbers, in this fight, and you see that Rosado landed just 76 to the 208 punches landed by Golovkin, who landed them at 42% and was busier. Total jabs, and here's where Golovkin did tremendous work. He landed 96 jabs through the course of 6+ rounds, through 253. That's 38%. And then the power punches, 112 of 239, 47%, as he busted open a game Rosado who was stepping up in class and stepping up in weight. Round number 2, and here is the punch that caused the cut on the left eye of Rosado. Right there, you can see it open up immediately, and that was kind of the beginning of what would turn out to be the end for Rosado. That cut worsened, then the nose was bloody, the mouth was bloody, and the corner of Rosado had to stop the fight in the 7th. Gennady Golovkin victorious again. He's standing by.